Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Finance Friday. Now, you're going to have to bear with me because this is my first time I've done Finance Friday, but it's going to be a big part of what I do for the future. So, how is everybody? Apparently, it is Friday. Wasn't too sure about that. I've only just found out that it's bank holiday on Monday. I didn't even realise that. So, apparently, we've only got a 4-day week. Does that make any difference at the moment? Absolutely no idea, to be quite honest with you. So, how these Finance Fridays are going to work is they're not necessarily all going to be about finance, because that would be really quite boring for a lot of people. So actually what we're going to do is talk about all sorts of different things to do with running a small business, whether that's productivity or your accounts or your mindset or anything. And I'm hopefully going to have lots of people on here who I'm going to interview about your health and your well-being when you're running your own business, how to interact with other people even though you're on your own. You haven't got that water cooler chat that people keep talking about. Now, I've worked for myself for 21 years, so I haven't had the water cooler chat ever, because 21 years ago they didn't even have water coolers. So yeah, anyhow, so today we're going to talk about productivity and time management, because I have a lot of difficulty with this sometimes until I remind myself of the things that I do to try and be more productive. Hey Sam, hi, how are you doing? So productivity and time management, what do I do as a small business owner myself? What do I do to be able to avoid the overwhelm and try to get more productive? There are 4 things that I use to help me. One is I use Trello, but actually somebody's recently introduced me into something called ClickUp, which is very similar to Trello, but it's slightly more efficient in that you can comment to your team. So I have a VA who works with me with my MailerLite, because I'm completely untechy, have no idea how to work anything. And she posts questions for me, and she can post in there what she's working on, what she wants me to review, etc. And it's very similar to Trello, but I think it's better. So I'm just sort of starting to use that. So what else do I use for productivity? If I'm feeling really, oh my God, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do here, I'm feeling a bit low, or I'm just feeling totally unproductive, then what I try to do is have a brain dump, a massive brain dump. I put a notice on my window or my door of my office. And in fact, I did this week. I did this on, hi Victoria. I did this on Wednesday. And it was amazing, absolutely amazing. I knew I had to write all the content for my website and the content for my lives and my email marketing, etc. And I wasn't doing it. I was really procrastinating. So what I've done, hi Denise, lovely to see you. So what I did was I put on some onto my Spotify playlist on Alexa. I put on a creative thinking playlist. The music was unbelievable. No singing, just instrumental, because that's my best way of doing it. I put a sign on my door saying if anybody wants to come in, I don't disturb unless you've got chocolate. Now, somebody else told me that they put a sign on their door saying do not disturb unless you have tea. I don't want tea. I want chocolate. That's all I need at the moment is chocolate, and lots of it. Oh, and wine, but it was a bit early for the morning for the wine, so I didn't have the wine. So I put my music on, I put my sign on the door, turn all my notifications off, no Facebook, no Instagram, no email binging, beeping at me, even turn my landline off, which doesn't ring very often anyhow. And I just dove deep into what I needed to do. And I had my content for my website done in 2.5 hours. And it took me another 1.5 hours, roughly speaking, to do all of the rest of the content that I had to do. It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I haven't done it for a long time, but I really needed to do it. But first of all, I had to do the brain dump. So I had to make sure that everything was out of my head and on a piece of paper. And some of it I couldn't read. Yes, Sam, I quite agree. Sometimes I do need ice cream, especially when it's been so hot, but It's gone all cold and miserable today. Summer's gone again. Not sure what's happening, but hey. Hey, Mandy, lovely to see you. So yeah, brain dump. Get everything out, every single possible thing that you can out of your brain, whether it's to do with work, whether it's to do with home, whether it's to do with family, whether it's to do with money. It doesn't matter what it's got to do with. Just get it out of your head and get it onto a piece of paper. I then put it into a priority list. So I put an A or a B or a C, depending on whether it's that important to do. But I also call it my must, should, could. Now, anybody who works with me will know that they already have a must, should, could list as far as their expenses are concerned, i.e. what absolutely has to be paid, what should possibly be paid, but maybe could be talk to the suppliers, etc., to maybe make them reduce how much they're charging you, or reduce your subscription you've got with them, or whatever. Or the could list, which is, could it go? Do I need it? Really? No. Anyhow. So as far as the brain dump is concerned and the priorities are concerned, doing the must, should, could works for me personally, because then it's must. Okay, this is absolutely essential. I have to get this done, and I'm going to set a deadline to it. Anything that goes on the should is do I need to do it now? Can it wait? Am I going to do it at all? And the could is, who can I delegate it to? Who can I give it to? And also, when you're using your must, should, and coulds, you do it with your profit as well. I run courses on Profit First to teach people how to make sure that they pay themselves what they deserve. So all that energy that we put into our work and our running our businesses, every flipping 5 minutes that we've got, is actually, we're being paid for what we do. Anyhow, sorry, I've gone off on a tangent again. Brain dump, must, should, could. That's one of my main things. And the other thing is, if I'm feeling a bit overtired, can't really do a complete brain dump, can't really do a priority list and really dive deep into whatever needs doing, I use the Pomodoro Method. Now, some of you have probably heard this. It's basically, it's a method that was set up in the 1980s by Giorgio Pomodoro, and it's a 20-minute burst of intense focus. And again, I do it with my music on, but it's only 20 minutes. It's not too much. It just keeps things ticking, which is fabulous. Sam, I've just seen your message saying that you've allocated your profit today. That's absolutely fabulous, and you've got £210 in there already. Now, you see, you wouldn't have had that if you hadn't done your profit first. Sorry, off on a tangent again. Anyhow, yeah, productivity and time management. The other thing that I do is every Friday afternoon, and this is an absolute, it can't be moved. It's completely immovable. It is just absolutely the best thing that I've ever done. And that's on a Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I turn off all my notifications again, all my emails, the whole lot. And I put my music on. And Friday afternoon is spent doing a review of the week. So because I'm an accountant, I go through all my debtors and my creditors first of all. I go through any potential clients that I've spoken to or I've sent quotes to during the week. And I go through all of my income. I'll go through why I go through all of my income in a minute. And then I go through what's happening the following week, make sure that I've got all the right paperwork that I need, etc. And it makes me be able to relax for the weekend. Now, quite often I'll work at the weekend as well, but it makes me know that I've drawn a line under that week. It's finished, it's done, it's dusted. Whatever's gone wrong is out of the way. Whatever's gone right can be celebrated. But it means that you can do this full review and move on with it. It's absolutely fabulous. But then why do I look at my income? Well, because of this Profit First, when you look at your income, you set up your percentages so that you pay yourself. So you put your money into a profit account, tax account, and an owner's pay account, or a VAT account if you're VAT registered. And it means that you start paying yourself what you deserve. As Sam's just said, she's just moved her profit today. It's £210 in there already. That would not have been there. That's her reward for her hard work, not her pay. That's through her payroll. This is her reward for her hard work. This is what I'm trying to teach people at the moment. It is so, so important. It makes you in control of your money for the first time, probably, in the way that you're running your businesses. And it's just, it's fabulous. So, sorry, I've gone off on a tangent again. I'm not very good at this. Productivity and time management. Fridays. Why Friday afternoon? Because it sets you up for the weekend. It draws a line under it for the week, whether it's good or bad, as I said. But it gives you a proper review of where you are. I also look at my profit and loss. I make sure that everybody is paid that they're supposed to have paid, or I chase them up if needs be. I make sure that any clients who are supposed to be sending me paperwork that I need for the following week, I've sent them another email just to remind them. And I love my Friday afternoons, and it is totally immovable. Whatever anybody will say to me, oh, can we have a call on Friday afternoon? Can we do this on Friday? No, absolutely not. Sorry, my Friday afternoons are completely sacrosanct. They are for my review and my priming and prepping for the following week. It doesn't matter if things are going to change the following week, and they will do, because things happen every day. But if you can set it up so that you're ready for the following week, you can enjoy the weekend. That's how I deal with my productivity and time management. And I'm not always very good at it, as a lot of people on here will already tell me. But when I remember what I've got to do, or when I remember what I do to sort things out, then I am so much more productive, so much more efficient. I can get so much more done, and therefore I can start to make myself feel really good, which is wonderful. So everybody, what's everybody up to this weekend? It's bank holiday, as I said. I wasn't even aware it was bank holiday until I looked at the calendar. I am sorting out all of this weekend with my daughter. We are going to reorganize my office so that it looks better when I'm on video and you don't have to see all this rubbish and stuff. And it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look beautiful. Well, it's going to start to look beautiful. So what's everybody else up to? Hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Thank you so, so much for all being on here. And if anybody is interested in doing my course, it starts on the 2nd of June. 2nd and the 9th of June. It's for 4 hours, and the people who are on it for the last course have the testimonial has been unbelievable. It's changed people's businesses. It's changed the way that people think about their money. It's the way that they think about their business. They've actually begun to fall back in love with their business, which to me is, well, it's the best thing in the world. So yeah, anybody wants any tips on how to set up Profit First, come on my course, 2nd of June. It'd be absolutely lovely to see any of you there, or any of your clients. And any questions, please pop them into my Facebook group. Lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for everything, and thank you so much for being here, and all your lovely comments as well.